Friends, one of the important spiritual qualities is the ability to feel happy when people around you are happy, and to feel down or sorrowful when people around you are sorrowful. The empathy I'm talking about. Now, this should not be confused with the sthitaprajna lakshanas that are, generally known, wherein you are expected to be, if you are spiritually advanced, to be like a rock, unshaken, with heat, cold, with day, night, with happiness, sorrow, and such other dualities, etc. Now, this should not be confused. These are apparently confusing, but let me explain to you what is the reality. The reality is prajna is sthira. Prajna level is where in an individual there are several levels. Okay, there is core and there is surface, and there are several layers in between. Now, in the core, you are sthira. You are not shaken to the core. Okay, but in the part of you where you need to take decisions, you need to take action, you need to analyze, you need to compare, and you need to decide what to be done next. And you need to plan and prepare for the future, what to avoid, what to encourage, etc. So, in that part, you actually feel, and then you decide what to do. Okay, on the basis of facts and on the basis of what you want and what you don't want uh, in our atmosphere, in our environment. Okay, so this is the part on the surface you ought to be empathetic. Okay, and just because on the surface you are empathetic, that does not mean you are not a sthita prajna. Okay, and just because sometimes you apparently seem to be unshaken by anything, that still does not mean you are a sthita prajna at the core. Okay, you may be very afraid, but you may be either too afraid or too shy, or you may be too worldly wise to show any reaction, etc. Therefore, because I was beginning with the statement that it is one of the important spiritual qualities to be able to empathize with people, I'll tell you why I say that. See, I don't smoke, I don't drink, or I don't play cards, or I don't dance in weddings, or any places where people generally enjoy themselves, etc. I don't do all of that, but I can very well understand why people do it, and I can sense, I can see that people are happy when they're doing it, and therefore I'm happy because people are happy, not because of the actions that they do, or not because of the actions that I don't or do, but I'm in general happy because people are happy. That is what I want. And why do I want that? Because of the oneness, anyway. So, what I'm trying to say here is uh, if people are happy around you, you are not happy. If people are unhappy and you are happy, that is not spirituality. Okay? That is not practical spirituality, at least. Now, Sri Ramakrishna, in his life, you can see there is a very good incident. He was going in a horse carriage to Calcutta, uh, and on the way, he saw many drunkards near wine shops. They were drunk, and then they had a bottle in one hand. They were dancing. They were so happy. On looking at them, Sri Ramakrishna was happy. He actually was hanging outside the carriage, behind of the carriage. He was hanging outside, to the point that other people were afraid that he might fall off, and he was actually shouting like, "Go on, go on, go forward, go forward. Yes, you're all happy, very good. Go forward, strive for further happiness." Okay, so he was genuinely happy that people are all happy, by doing whatever they choose to do. And he never interfered with the freedom that they have to make the choice whether to drink or not, etc. He only asked people to go forward, go further down the road to find further joy, better joy, more continuous joy, like in spirituality, etc. So there are many other parables also of Sri Ramakrishna, uh, where he asks, he tells you stories where if you go forward, the pleasures of the world are okay. They are actually pleasures. They are real pleasures, mind you. But only point is, we're not saying, see, often people misunderstand religion to be saying, in fact, it is misrepresented. So to be, encouraging discomfort or, sorrowfulness and gloom, etc., etc. No. Religion is understanding there are joys and sorrows in this world. But if you go further, if you go deeper, if you understand things from a higher point of view, you can safely and surely avoid sorrow and maximize harmony and happiness, and sustainably so. That is what religion is about. I wanted to say this. So, kindly distinguish the subtle differences between spirituality and, real spirituality, which is very empathy ridden, and spirituality that is like an escapism from this world, and cold indifference. These are not spirituality. The cold indifference and the escapism is not spirituality. Spirituality is the ability to have the highest point of view uh, of everything and still being rooted in the ground, so that given the circumstances, you are able to do the best, all the while translating the pristine, pure spiritual vision that you have into this current scenario to the extent that is allowed by the circumstances and by the people around you. So, the more circumstances allow you, you will be able to deliver, and you will be able to manifest and bring about great spirituality into reality. But realizing that these obstacles are temporary and these obstacles are genuine and legitimate, because the design, that is the design, that other people also exist like you, other people also have freedom of choice like you, other people also have their own speed and their own journey, just like you do. So everybody don't have to be realized at once, everybody don't have to be advanced in spirituality. Even people can be brutal, people would be and are brutal, were brutal, will be brutal. At any given point of time, there would be people of all kinds, largely speaking. Therefore, to be coexisting with all kinds of people, people, all levels of evolution, that is practical spirituality. Thank you for listening.